Down with me, you down with me, down with me. I got a crowd wrapping round the whole town for me. They mama proud, got a thou in the balcony. Nah, I don't hear no clown talking foul on me.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of What Are the Odds podcast. It's your host, JMX, my co-host, Ryan. And we got a lot to recap, man. This is probably the most eventful weekend of the season so far. I mean, a lot of stuff happened, a lot of crazy stuff. Some trades to get into as well. But before we get into everything, Ryan, man, how you been?
Man, I'm chilling, I can't lie. My Steelers ain't play this week, so I was pretty relaxed for the most part. I won in damn near every fantasy league besides one, and I'm not going to speak to who I lost to because I had two players that got hurt. But besides the point, besides the point, I'm kind of
I want to give
interested
an
to see.
honorary.
I'm kind of interested to see who gets that belt to ass this week, if we being honest, because I got a team in mind, but I want to see who you give it to. But anyway, besides that, I'm all right. How was your birthday? How you doing?
Oh, I'm good, man. Good birthday. Blessed to see blessed to see 22. I can't complain. Broncos got that ass whoop, but it is what it is. But before we get into that, I want to give an honorary belt to ass to Ryan over here. I beat him 148, 126 in fantasy. He talking about people got hurt. I ain't trying to hear it, man. So let's go ahead and bring out the belt for Ryan. And by the way, I started out in this league, over 5? And right
Something
now
like
I'm
that.
3-6. I'm 3-6, making a little comeback at the end of the year. Bo Nix did his job for me in fantasy, but it is what it is. But yeah,
No.
and
Let me defend myself. I had Chris Olave get hurt, which obviously sucked in general. CD got banged up a little bit, which is whatever, he finished the game. And
he had six
the
pennies
only
still.
player that was my fault was starting TJ Hawkinson. But besides that, like, it was, for me, it was only going to come down to, I have Mark Andrews as well. I wasn't even thinking about starting Kraft. So it was either Mark Andrews or Hawkinson. But yeah, you got lucky this week. I got CMC coming back, so
Nothing was lucky. I got the dub.
I got CMC coming back. I'm about to win this league for real, if we're being honest.
Okay, we'll see. But yeah, I want to give a shout out to Ron over there. Guys over there. I'm pretty sure y'all follow his TikTok. He went crazy this weekend. My boy got a video. Well, he got two of them. Yeah, Thursday he got a video. Garrett Wilson one-handed catch. Got like over 5 million views. In the Saquon went crazily. Got 13 million views. Shout out to Ron, man. I just want to get that shout out to him. And also a shout out to him. He had 200,000 followers on TikTok. Let me give my boy a round of applause over there. Hey, look, that's hard work. That's hard work over there, man. Congrats, bro. How you feeling?
I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, for real, it is crazy to think about something that, like, that many people. Like, if we talking about stadiums and shit, like, who the most people, what would it be? Let's say SoFi Stadium capacity. How many stadiums is that? 70,000. So let's say it's 3 stadiums worth of people following. Like, that's insane. Like, I'm gonna end up making a post about it here coming up soon, but it is crazy to think about. It's crazy, and especially that Saquon video. It just popped off. Like, I did not expect that at all. Again, like I was telling you, whenever I post my videos, I just make them and then I just upload them. But like, I'm not sitting there like paying attention to it. And somebody just hit me up on Instagram and they were like, "Bro, like, you see your Saquon video went crazy." And I was like, "Yeah, like it did all right. Like, I think I got like 10K or something like that on IG." And he was like, "No, bro, on TikTok." And I went and looked at it. It was like 5 million. And then that's when I texted you about it. I was like, "Bro, like, I had a video go crazy." And then I woke up this morning. It was like 10 million. I think now it's at like 13-ish. It's like, it's crazy how the algorithm and all that works on TikTok. But
yeah, man. I mean, that's crazy. 13 million views is insane. Yeah,
and we're gonna talk about that play soon.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. We're 100% gonna talk about that play soon. I mean, absolutely crazy. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. We're gonna go over the games that we don't really want to talk about much. Yeah, so let's get into Cincinnati. Raiders travel to Cincinnati, take on the Bengals. Raiders lost. They got blown out, but they dropped to 2-7. Bengals go to 4-5 in this one. 41-24. Joe Burrow went 27-39, 250, had 5 touchdowns. I mean, they dismantled the Raiders. Raiders after this game went ahead and fired. I think Minshew got benched in this game again. Fired their offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, and offensive line coach. But yeah, shout out to Mike. Chase Brown ran the ball really well for the first time. I think his first game. I think since he just had a really good game on the ground. Mike Gesicki had 100 yards on the day, 2 touchdowns with a game for him. But yeah, man, shout out to the Bengals. They go to 4-5, and I mean, you look at their schedule moving forward. You got the Ravens, Chargers, Steelers, Cowboys. So it's pretty tough 4 game stretch. But if they can find a way to go 2-2 in that stretch, I think that they can find themselves in maybe a playoff position.
Yeah, I think this is Burrow's second game this season with 5 touchdowns. The other one was against Baltimore week 5, 6, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially going into Baltimore, like I think they're going in this Thursday. I think that's the Thursday night game. I'm excited to see how that works a little bit, and also with really no Jamar Chase whatsoever. He had 7 receptions, 43 yards. But like besides that, like they didn't even really need him, and they still tore the Raiders apart. The game was a little bit closer at the beginning, and they kind of started pulling away towards like right about halftime. They started pulling away, but yeah, I agree with you. I think like we've been talking about these last couple episodes, one of these bad teams in the AFC now are going to sneak in that 7th seed, and the Bengals really they do have an opportunity, and I agree with you. If they can go 2-2 in that stretch, it gets to the point where like the schedule after that gets a little bit easier.
Yeah.
They got the Titans, the Browns, the sorry-ass Broncos, and then the best team in the league, the Steelers. So,
I tried to play my Broncos, man.
I mean, yeah, for real. Like they could definitely sneak in. And that Chargers game, week 11, they got flexed to the Sunday night game.
Sure did. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, that's a perfect transition into the next game. The Chargers. Chargers travel to Cleveland to take on the Browns. They beat them. They go to 5-3 on the year. The Browns fall to 2-7. Now, I remember Ryan picked the Browns in this game, and I tried to tell him, "Hey man, I thought I knew it was gonna be the game where James was gonna come back down to earth a little bit." 3 picks. Shout out to Herbert, had a pretty decent day, 18 for 27. He had a good day. 282, 2 touchdowns. They ran the ball. Dobbins had 2 touchdowns. Quentin Johnston had a buck 18. Crazy. But yeah, man, the Browns just another game, man, for them. You could just kind of tell how it's gonna go. I thought Jameis should have played a little. I think he'll have some better games this season. But I mean, the Chargers defense is serious, man.
Yeah, I think Herbert's playing some really efficient football these last couple games. Like he not doing anything crazy, but they just getting the job done. I also think I saw something about how the Chargers defense is allowing the least amount of points, or like averages
Yeah, they
the
are.
least amount of points. Shout
Yeah,
out to their defense as well.
yeah, they're top
Yeah,
3.
I really thought the Browns were gonna pull this out. To be honest with you, I just thought the momentum they were coming off of beating Baltimore with Nick Chubb coming back. This being his second or third game healthy. Um, I was just expecting a little bit more from him, to be honest with you. But hey, that's great for me. Anytime the Browns lose, I'm happy.
Yeah, the Chargers schedule coming up. They got the Titans next, which should be a win. But I mean, we looking after the Titans. You got the Bengals, Ravens, Falcons, Chiefs, Buccaneers, Broncos. I mean, those are some brutal. That's a brutal stretch right there. That's gonna really determine their season. But yeah.
One second. I do want to talk about Herbert real quick and more about the
Go ahead.
weapons. You hear about like all these quarterbacks not having enough weapons. Like you heard about Josh Allen. It's like, man, he had
No,
Keon.
Herbert. Yeah,
He,
Herbert.
yeah,
Herbert like
he
Bo
has
Nix,
nobody
man.
for he make like last year everyone was talking about Johnston being a bust, and I'm not saying he is a
He's
bust or he's
not good.
not,
He's
but it's
not good.
like he's making these. Not I want to say no name, but like Josh Palmer, Quentin Johnston. Um,
Outside of Lad,
yeah,
that's
I
pretty.
like Lad. Yeah, I like Lad, but it's like, man, it's he doing his best with the minimal effort and minimal talent that is really provided for him. So I'd like to see them. Well, we recording this technically on Tuesday, but I'd like them before the trade deadline to go get somebody. It doesn't have to be anybody crazy, but get him somebody. You know?
Y'all can have Cortland Sutton. They can get Cortland Sutton. Shit, but we gonna get into that later. But yeah, man, I agree. Going to the next game, like I said, it didn't get really interesting to the end. Patriots travel to Tennessee to take on the Titans. We both said this was like a meaningless game. Let's just see what Drake May got, and that's kind of exactly what we got. Titans win this game 20-17 in overtime. Drake May had the crazy play at the end of the game. He ran around, extended the play for however long, was mid-sack through a touchdown pass to Ramondre Stevenson. But then in overtime, threw the ball in double coverage and got picked off for the game. So, I mean, it's pick your poison with your rookie.
One thing about that last play, number 74, I
Oh,
think it's
my God. Did you see that, bro? Like,
bro was just standing there the whole play. Like he didn't nobody touched him
bro,
whatsoever.
he didn't block a soul.
That was hilarious to me. But yeah, this game was kind of whatever to me at the end of the day. Kind of like you were saying, it's like
Bro didn't block a soul. And his name is Michael Jordan, too. That's what makes it so much worse. Like, you didn't block a soul, bro. He came off the line and was doing this the whole play.
man, he
Like,
kind of like the real Michael Jordan, phony ass stats if we being honest. But
wow, that's crazy.
nah, I'm
But okay.
playing, I'm playing. But yeah,
But yeah.
I mean it's crazy. Drake May was the leading rusher as well. He had almost 100 yards rushing. It's crazy.
Yeah,
He really
man,
out there doing
that's
it all. But shout out to the Titans. They pulled the game out. They won. So shout out to them.
Sound like another rookie quarterback. We'll get into that later. Yeah, going on to the next game. Washington. They beat the Giants 27-22. Traveled to MetLife. Giants fall to 2-7. Commanders are 7-2. Commanders only have 3 turnovers. Yeah, I want to just this stat real quick. The Commanders only have 3 turnovers on offense this whole season. Through 9 games, they only have 3 turnovers, man. I mean, this is why they're 7-2. Shout out to Jaden Daniels. Had a really good game. 15 for 22, 209, 2 tubs. Daniel Jones didn't play that bad either. 20 for 26, a buck 74, 2 tubs. Tyrone Tracy had a solid day. But Josh tried to fight back in this game really late. We knew this game was gonna be close, but Washington found a way to get the dub. But yeah, man. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Do you want to take a guess at the last time the Commanders or Washington started 7-2?
Wasn't it like what the 60s or something like that? Wasn't it something like a long time ago?
1996. It's been almost 30 years. Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It's been
I
almost
went
30
further.
years.
I went further back than that. I ain't way further back than that. I thought it was at least like the 70s or something.
Yeah, it was
You said
1996.
1996
Yeah,
with Doug Williams, right?
bro. I don't know. Let me look. Washington. Shit, they only finished. They finished 9-7 that season too. I think, if I was the right season.
Yeah, but who was the quarterback?
Yeah, they went 7-2, and then lost to the Cardinals, beat the Eagles, lost to the 49ers, lost to the Cowboys, lost to the Bucks, lost to the Cardinals, and then beat the Cowboys.
Wait, they went 9-7.
Yeah.
Who was the QB?
Let me look roster.
Gus Ferret. for Gus.
Man, quit while you ahead. Quit while you
Gus
ahead.
Ferret. Wow, I don't even know I actually don't know who that is. That's actually a crazy. That's insane. But yeah, bro. I don't know why I thought that is crazy. Yeah, going on to the next one. Now this one I want to kind of hear your take on. This is funny. The Saints travel to Carolina to take on the Panthers. Panthers win this game 23-22. Both teams are 2-7. I remember us saying in this game was going to be closer than what people kind of thought. Derek Carr, I mean, didn't really do too much. 18 for 31, 236 in a touchdown. Alvin Kamara had a good game. 30 carries, a buck 55. Was their leading receiver as well, 6 catches, 60 yards. Chuba Hubbard had 2 touchdowns. Bryce, I thought, played well. They got something in Jalen Coker and Jatavion Sanders. I'm really starting to like Jalen Coker a little bit. He didn't have the best game, but just the plays he do make, I really like him. But yeah, and just the Panthers, man, I ain't gonna lie. The Saints, they fired their head coach. Dennis Allen is out of there. The city of New Orleans. Everybody I know who are Saints fan posted on their story today saying, "Thank you, Jesus." I mean, Dennis Allen is one of the worst head coaches in NFL history in terms of winning percentage wise. I think, I mean, this team is they started off so hot. 7 straight losses is just brutal. It's brutal. It reminds me, like 2014 when the Texans started off 2-0. And everybody in Houston was like, we going to the Super Bowl, and they ended up losing 14 straight games. And it's like, god damn, Matt Shaw was doing all those pick sixes. But yeah, man, shout out to the Panthers. They get a dub.
Yeah, this is the longest losing streak the Saints have since 1999. It's insane. But yeah, I mean, I thought Kamara played well, and really, besides that, I really think everybody else was kind of whatever. Olave got knocked out of the game,
Yeah,
and
Derek Carr is going in his career.
mm-hmm,
He keep throwing him those goddamn hospital balls, man. I mean, bro, like, what do you like? It's like, bro, okay, isn't this his third concussion this season?
I don't know about how many concussions this season, but he's had a ton.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's well, no, so like, they did say this was his fifth career concussion. So, but I remember he got one earlier this year. He got one earlier this year, but I mean, they got to stop throwing him them hospital balls. Every one of his concussions are from them throwing him absolute hospital balls. And Michael Thomas, I thought, said it best, man. I think Derek Carr is a terrible quarterback, but it's definitely like you were brought here to win, man, and you're 2-7. Like you're losing to bad football teams. But I mean, they do have a lot of injuries, but it's just like you got to find a way to win these games, especially this game.
Yeah, I also understand the excuse of like when Carr was out, but like you lost to what we were saying was a college like defense. You know, we've been trashing the Panthers probably like everybody else has all season.
Yeah.
But I mean, going more towards the Panthers side, uh, I know you saw that interview of Bryce afterwards where that man was happy as hell. He was sitting there like touching his arms and all that. Like you could tell he had a little bit of anxiety, but he was a little nervous, but he was happy and excited. And like we've never talked about him in like some sort of way of like we hated, bro. It was just always about like football related. Like
Yeah.
he just like Carolina just really wasn't his fit. I remember we were talking about who should get traded at the trade deadline, and I was talking about Bryce going to Miami when Tua got knocked out, and he like you could see the potential with him in this game, but it's like it's just not in Carolina.
Yeah,
You
because
know?
that pick wasn't on him.
No, that was on Leggett. It got snatched right out of his hands.
I don't know how that happens. I don't
I
know
don't know.
how that happens.
There was one in the Penn State Ohio State game where bro was like in the corner of the end zone. He caught it, and then like the Ohio State defender just yanked it right out of his hands. And like I'd never
How
seen
does
that
that happen?
before. And then we saw it again, literally the next day. It was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how that happens. But going on to the next game, we're gonna get into the good stuff now. The Cowboys travel to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Falcons win 27-21. Cowboys go to drop to 3-5. Falcons go to 6-3. Dak got hurt in this game, but it was an ugly game from Dallas to say the least. Kirk dealed them 19 for 24, 222, 3 touchdowns. Bijan had 86 yards on the ground. Darnell Mooney had himself a day. I mean, my main thing I took away from this game when it comes to the Cowboys, focus on them a little bit, is just not good. Defensively, offensively, they're just not good. I mean, you can't run the ball. The defense is bad. Like, and they're gonna easily blame Mike Zimmer for this. But bro, like, come on, man. You're not gonna win with this secondary. You're just not. I'm sorry. I don't care what anyone says. You're not gonna win with a secondary with what you got right now. The corners are bad, so you have to run zone. And then with no Micah, no D Law, I mean, you're just what? You're not gonna get no pressure either. I mean, the defense is just not good. They can't run the ball. Dak is playing, even when he plays, he's not playing like the money you paid him. But the man, I mean, prayers to him. He's gonna be out several weeks, but I think it's safe to say the Cowboy season is over.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how Cooper Rush. I think it will be Cooper Rush. Uh, I don't know about you. I wasn't really the biggest fan of what Lance put on tape during the preseason. This preseason, uh, I like. I think it was 2 years ago when Cooper Rush came into the game. I think it was for like 6 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, it was a while, but
Yeah, and like,
they
he played
schedule is
solid.
brutal.
I thought he played solid. Like I don't know how many wins they really won because that's really all that matters. But like this specific game, it was kind of whatever at that point. My main takeaway from the game is when they take CD away, it's it's wraps. It's like CD's really the only main like threat. Like yeah, Ferguson is all right. Turpin is all right. He's just a speed guy, but like when you take CD away, like that's all these defenses have to do is just take him away, and they're cooked. You know, the Cowboys can't do nothing. They can't run the ball, and the only main target is really CD and Ferguson. I do like Ferguson, but he's not the playmaker that CD really is. And CD was even playing banged up. He hurt his shoulder. I think he went back out there, and they hurt it again. Um, I think he's questionable, or like, I think it's like they're optimistic for him to play against Philly this week because they're for sure gonna need him against Philly. If he's not in this game, they're cooked, you know. But I mean, I think they cook regardless. But whatever.
Yeah, their schedule is brutal coming up. I think their season is over, man. That's just me. I think it's a wrap. Going on to the next game, the Dolphins travel to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Bills go to 7-2. Dolphins go to 2-6. Now, my main takeaways from this game. I mean, we'll get into the stats real quick. Um, Josh, I thought played really well. Um, 25 for 39, 235, three tubs. They didn't really run the ball too much. I mean, it was a weird game. Tua 25 for 28, 231, two tubs. Had a really good game. Tyreek finally got 80 yards. Finally got something, bro. But I mean, the Dolphin season, it's pretty much over. Unless you beat the Rams, beat the Raiders, beat the Patriots, and somehow find yourself at 5-6. Um, but then after that, you got the Green Bay, the Jets, the Texans, the Niners, Browns, Jets to close out the year. So it's just you can really your margin of error is only what, losing one to two more games, and you got the Packers, Rams, and the Texans and the Niners. I just don't see that happen. I just don't. I don't know, man. I just like it's just I just don't see it happening. I mean, I'm not saying when they're healthy they're a bad football team, but they're in the hole right now. And as far as Buffalo goes, man, Josh Allen right now is probably second in line for MVP. I mean, you can definitely top four, but he's definitely I think he's second in line for MVP. I mean, he's playing some of the best ball any quarterback can play. Bills are undefeated at home. And I mean, you really look at the schedule moving forward. It's tough too. I mean, they got after they play the Colts next week, which I think that'll be a tough game. You got the Chiefs, 49ers, Rams, and Lions. Like, god damn. So that's another brutal stretch. But I mean, that right there is gonna tell this team. That 4 game stretch is gonna tell the tale of this team. But yeah.
I really thought that Raheem Mostert fumble really was costly for him, and it was at like such a crucial time in the
Yeah.
game as well. Um, what was it? Right after half, I think. And then after that, the momentum was completely like he fumbled, and then after
Let
that,
me
Bills
see.
go down their touchdown, and then Dolphins field goal,
Yeah.
Bills touchdown, Bills
Yeah.
touchdown. They scored 3 touchdowns at the like straight. It was such a brutal fumble at such a bad time.
Yeah, because they were
Um,
up 10-6. Probably was gonna look to go up 17 to
hmm
6, and he fumbles on the third play of the drive.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I can still see the Dolphins being like a sneaky, solid offense, but like I agree with you. I can't really see them making a playoff push at this point. We were talking about the teams last week that really needed to start picking it up, and the Dolphins was one. The Dolphins were one of them. I saw something about how the Bills could possibly clinch the division. I think they said this month. I don't like I don't know how. Like I'm assuming obviously all the teams got to lose and shit, but like
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's crazy how for me I don't know what your predictions were, but I had the Jets winning this division. I thought Bills were gonna be third. I thought Dolphins were gonna be second. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah. I
crazy.
was kind of in the same boat as you, but I mean, I don't know, man. This playoff picture, the way it's shaping out, it's kind of crazy. I mean, we're looking at. I mean, I feel like those last wild card spots are going to be very key. I mean, you got really the wild card teams are going to be like the Chargers, the ones that's going to be rotational. You got the Chargers, the Broncos, the Bengals, and I mean, the Colts, Jets. I mean, those really kind of the teams. If I had to put anything on it right now, I would say the playoff picture we see now is what it's going to be. I think it's going to be the wild card teams are probably going to be um, either the Ravens and the Steelers, either one of those. But I know the Chargers and the Broncos are going to be probably the 6 and 7. That's just my opinion. I like their schedules a lot. Um, yeah, I definitely think it's gonna be the Chargers or the Broncos. I'm looking at the seeding right now. Yeah, I mean the Chargers they do kind of have a tough schedule, but I think they can win some of those games. I think they could probably win that game against the Chargers and the Buccaneers. Then they cap off the season with the Raiders and the Patriots, so they can still win around 9 games. I mean, it's just really tough. Like the Bengals are gonna have to. Let me see. Yeah, I mean their schedule is tough too. I think the Bengals can make it, but I think it's gonna come down to for the 6 and 7 seed, the Chargers being the Chargers, Broncos, or the Bengals. I don't think the Colts are gonna get in. I think it's gonna be out of those three teams, but we'll see.
Yeah, I really don't know, to be honest with you. I think the Chiefs for sure going to make it. The Bills going to make it. Texans will make it. Ravens will make it. I obviously hope my Steelers going to make it. But like,
Yeah, no.
yeah,
Y'all will get in.
I don't know, dude. Our schedule, our back half schedule is tough.
No, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all
It's
schedule,
tough.
y'all
We got
schedule will start next week is crazy.
we got the
The
Commanders,
Commanders,
and then we got
Ravens.
all the AFC North teams.
Yeah, it's the
It's crazy.
Commanders, Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Browns, Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs, Bengals. Holy
It's
hell.
gonna be tough.
Okay, I might take that back. I ain't gonna lie. But no, y'all will win some of those games though. Like y'all are
Yeah,
still gonna probably win. I think y'all will still win 10 games. Y'all can win 4 of those. I think y'all can beat I think y'all could beat Washington. I think y'all could.
I was
Um
actually talking with one of my neighbors, and she a Commanders fan. I thought she was a Steelers fan. I'm walking out ready to go to my little gym or whatever, and she stopped me. I had my Steeler jersey on, my Steeler hoodie on, and she's like, "You know, we're gonna kick your ass this Sunday, right?" And I was like, "Man, like I'm thinking, what are you talking about?" And she's like, she's a sweet old lady, so it's like I'm
mhm.
not really trying to chirp with her like that. And she's like, "Yeah, we're gonna kick your ass." Blah blah blah. Jaden Daniels is really good. Yeah, he's nice, but it was funny because again, I'm kind of near DC, Baltimore ish area,
Yeah.
and it is funny how hyped the Commanders really got. Like it's out of nowhere at this point. You know, like I didn't hear anything about the Commanders until this season, and now that's all I see is Jaden Daniels this, Jaden Daniels that. It'll be nice to win this game on Sunday, and I thought this game was going to be the easy game. Like I thought it was Giants bye week, Commanders, and then we really got into it. But it's like you said, like you just read off. It's a tough schedule going forward, but
Yeah, I think y'all will be because y'all got the. I think y'all can split. If y'all, I think y'all can sweep Cleveland, split with the Bengals, and then hopefully y'all can beat the Commanders. Because okay, well, I think y'all will split with Baltimore too. Well, the Jags are travel to Philly to take on the Eagles. The Eagles win this game 28-23. They go to 6-2. Jags fall to 2-7. The Jags are now 0-5 on the road. Um, Jalen Hurts, I thought played really well. 18 for 24, 230, 2 touchdowns. Saquon killed these boys. I mean, 27 carries, buck 60 touchdown on the receiving game. He had 40 yards and a touchdown. Jalen Hurts pretty solid on the ground as well. Devontae Smith was the leading receiver. AJ Brown went down in this one. Um, Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, it's a combination. The receivers are bad. They've been playing not that well. Um, Dropping a lot of balls, the fumbles. I mean, it's just a lot. Trevor Lawrence did not have a good game though, by any means. Um, but yeah, Saquon. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. Like the running back position, the fact that the two best running backs in the league right now were both free agents and their teams let them walk. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's just like Saquon is he hurdled a guy backwards, bro. Like it just sounds so crazy to say, Ryan. He hurdled the guy backwards. Like he was backpedaling and jumped, falling backwards and jumped off the ground so high to where he hurdled a guy. I mean, that's insane, man. Shout out to the Eagles. Shout out to the Eagles, man. And the jerseys are so clean. The Kelly Green, oh my God, it's so clean, bro. But go ahead.
another running back I want to include in that you talking about Saquon and Derrick Henry. Even though this one happened a couple years ago, Christian McCaffrey, he's arguably, when healthy, the best running back in the NFL, and he got traded for a second, a third, and a fourth and a fifth. So it's like, it's really, besides that second round pick for me anyway. It's kind of whatever. Um,
Panthers turned that into nothing, by the way. But keep
exactly,
going.
exactly. It's crazy how like devalued the running back position really is. But then it's like you hear about all the, like Derrick Henry going off, Saquon going off. When CMC is healthy, he's going off. It's crazy. But yeah, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I forgot what it was. Man,
Jags.
thank you. Yeah, for me anyway, for Jalen, I'm not saying he is the MVP, but he really should be in at least a discussion for it. Um, I'm not saying he having a better season than Lamar. I'm just saying he should be in the conversation for it. In the last 5 games, he's had 7 passing touchdowns, 7 rushing touchdowns, 0 interceptions, over 1,000 yards passing, almost 200 yards rushing. He's 4-1 and only has one turnover. Granted, not against the greatest of teams, but you can only play who's in front of you. I thought he's had a really good a month and a game stretch. But dude, Saquon, I can't believe that shit. When he did, that man hurdled him backwards, and I think he tried to do the same thing. I forgot against what team, but it was like back in like 2020 or 2021. But it's like, do you know how many kids gonna be trying to do that shit? Like in high school football, there's gonna be kids trying to backwards hurdle somebody. It was crazy when I saw that shit. Like I usually I'm a pretty quiet like person when I'm watching football. I'm just watching and just observing. I started going crazy. I'm not even a Philly fan. It it was crazy, and with AJ Brown getting hurt too, Eagles they almost lost a game. If we being honest, I think Sirianni's decision to go for 2-point conversions instead of just kicking a field goal almost came and bit him in the ass. But yeah, I mean, and then also with the Jaguars, they got down so bad at 22-0. They couldn't run the ball like whatsoever. Like they had 11 carries for what 40 yards. It's like, bro, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm kind of out on Travis Etienne. He's
Yeah.
bad, bro. Like I don't know what the hell happened to him. I don't know. Maybe he needs to change the scenery, but I know I said I want him to go to Denver, and I might stand on that because what the hell we got in that running back room. I mean, shit, he might be an upgrade, but he just not look good. But yeah, going on this, I'm going to the next one. The Bears travel to Arizona to take on the Cardinals, and we've been calling these Cardinals a trap team more than these dudes here. They beat the Bears 29-9. I mean, bro, this team is so weird. Like you can't even lie, Ryan. Like the Cardinals may be one of the weirdest teams. Like they were so bad. They played a stretch. They were so bad, and then like they come out with wins like these, and you're like, bro, they're on a 3-game win streak. They beat the Chargers. They beat the Dolphins, and then they beat the fucking Bears, and you're like, bro, it's just like they're such a trap game, bro. They're first in their division, like, and you don't know they could be any team any given Sunday, bro. Like they're just that ridiculous. Kyler went 13 for 20. Bears defense was still solid. To me, 154. They didn't even really get much on offense. Like that's just the crazy thing to me. Like they didn't even really get much on offense, bro. Like Trey McBride got the touchdown. It's ridiculous. Like I mean, like I'll say this on the ground for the Cardinals, like Connor and Demercado, like all first of all of their touchdowns was what rushing, right? Yeah. All of them rushing between Trey Benson, Demercado, and Trey McBride. I mean, like you look at the total yards, they had 154 yards passing. I mean, this is the run game. Like James Conner and them boys killed them. Caleb, we gotta have a conversation about Caleb too. But I'm gonna let you talk about your boy Caleb. But shout out to the Cardinals, man. They handled business. I was disappointed with the Bears, man. I thought the Bears was a game they should have won.
Yeah, I mean we like 8 games into his rookie season. It's like, and he has arguably the worst offensive line, if not one of them in football. It's a bad offensive line. It's like I get it. He has the weapons. Like he got DJ Moore, and I thought Rome had a solid game. Keenan Allen's all right, whatever. But it's like, bro, like he can only do so much. especially the coaching. Eberflus isn't really he ain't really the guy. I think this team kind of quit on him, to be honest with you. It is weird though with the Cardinals. Like they've won the last 4 of their 5, and it's like
Like
it seems like anytime we pick against them, they always
they
win. They always win, and then it's like an easy game. Like I thought they were for sure gonna be what do you call it? The where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I forgot. Oh no, my fault. I thought they were for sure gonna lose to the Rams. Was it week 2? And
yeah, week two,
and then they blew them out. And then it's like,
and
damn, like
then
man,
they
they might
dropped to
have
the
a game
Lions.
again. You got it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you look at their schedule. They've lost to the best teams in the league: Buffalo, Commanders, and the Packers. They beaten the Rams. They beat the Niners. They beat the Dolphins, the Chargers, and the Bears. I look at their schedule. They got the Jets, Seahawks, Vikings. Like, can they not beat the Jets? Can they not beat the Seahawks? I mean, like, you never know with this team. I mean, and they just played two really good defenses, and they dropped over 20, 28, 29. I mean, we're gonna see this game against the Jets. I don't know who I'm going with in that game, because that game, if the Jets lose that game, their season is shot. So the Jets are back against the wall in this one. This is the worst team to play, and the Cardinals have this game in Arizona. Oh my God, I know Jets fans are probably so terrified. Like, you never really know, but I mean, it's kind of crazy, bro. Like, they are a trap. It's crazy, but yeah, I agree with you about
It's
Caleb, man.
it's
Yeah,
anytime. It's anytime we pick against them, they always
they always
mess around and win. But then anytime we like, we got some faith in them, they always end up messing around and losing. I
yeah, I
think
will.
both of us picked them against the Commanders. I think
Yeah,
it's
I
crazy.
will say, um, the game, the I will say with Caleb, the Bears, yeah, the offensive line is really bad. Got sacked 6 times. It's just like it's tough, man. He just they're saying he's not playing well, but I know a lot of that has to do with the line, man. They got to go out there and get them help, and that was the main thing I said with the Bears. I feel like the Bears could have been good this year, which they're not terrible, but I'm like, bro, that line worried me, and they went out there and just didn't do shit for the line, but. I mean, it is what it is with the Bears, man. Moving forward, I mean, we've already talked about the Bears games. I mean, they got this Patriots game, which hopefully they win. But then you got the Packers, the Vikings, the Lions, the Niners, the Vikings, the Lions. I mean, Seahawks and Green Bay to end off the year. Like, if they can really go 5-12, if we being so completely honest, like they can lose to the Green Bay, Minnesota Lions, 49ers, Vikings, Lions, Seahawks, Packers. We could be talking about them finishing off this year. Say they beat the Patriots, they go to 5-4. They can lose the rest of the year. And DJ Moore does not like Caleb Williams. I don't know much longer DJ is going to be there. They do not fuck with each other. DJ Moore does not fuck with that man. I don't care what anyone says. He does not like Caleb Williams, bro. He voiced it when they first got rid of Justin Fields, and I mean, I don't know what it is. I don't know why he don't like him. Did you see him walk out, like in the middle of the play, and then came back to the huddle and bumped him? Bro, I'm sorry. As speaking as man, bro, like I ain't gonna lie, you do that to somebody, you don't like them, bro, at all. Like there's a big disconnect, and the Bears got to make a decision on if DJ Moore can find a way to coexist. But I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It's not looking too good over there.
I mean, it looks pretty good over here where we could use a wide receiver too as well. His buddy Justin Fields. No, 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 no. He ain't trying to go to no Denver. His buddy Justin Fields over in Pittsburgh as well.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
he could come over here, hang out with us for a little bit, win a couple games. But nah,
He
I agree with it. It looks like, granted, we not in the locker room. We don't know how they are. It's like if they're
Man, they
friendly
don't
or
like it.
not.
Well, I don't know about Kate, man. DJ don't like that man. I'm
I don't
sorry.
know, man.
He don't like him, bro. He does not like Caleb. He has not once this season done any like he does not. I'm sorry, he don't like Caleb, bro. He does. I don't know why he doesn't, but it's so obvious. I'm sorry, he does. Bumping your quarterback, like first of all, walking out mid play is crazy work. But like bumping them on the back to the, I mean, it's kind of crazy. But Let's go on to the next game. Talk about and some more NFC North teams. Lions travel to Lambeau to take on the Packers. They win this game 24-14. Lions go to 7-1. Packers go to 6-3. Shout out to the Lions. Shout out to Tim Patrick being part of just another historic picture. The one he had with Amon-Ra St. Brown. But this is a game, and doesn't the stat still stand?
Yeah. The stat still stands. That man is. Let me look. Let me do
Because
the.
he went 18 for 22, 145 and a touchdown. And the Lions had let me see. How many touchdowns they
Because
had?
they had 18 incompletions and 25 touchdowns last week. So
Yeah,
that,
so
that
they
would be
had
22 incompletions and 27.
they had 3 touchdowns,
Okay, cool. So
4
28.
incompletions.
I'm gonna keep this stat going. He has 22 incompletions and what 20? You said 20. 28 touchdowns. I think.
Yeah, he had 3. They had 3 touchdowns, and he had 4 incompletions.
So yeah. So 2 weeks ago they had 15. He had 15 incompletions and the whole team had 18 touchdowns. And then last week the stat updated to 18 incompletions and 25 touchdowns. And now the stat is 22 incompletions and 28 touchdowns.
It's insane, bro. And it's like by the margin it's at too. Like it's freaking insane. Um, but yeah, Jordan Love in his game threw another really bad pick. Josh Jacobs, I thought ran the ball really well. I mean, the Packers still, they really beat them in yards. Like if you go look at the game, look at the stats. I mean, they doubled them in yards. They had more first downs. If you just look at the box score, you would think Green Bay really won this game. To be honest with you, but the turnovers really killed Green Bay. The Kirby Joseph touchdown absolutely killed this team. But I think Green Bay will still be good moving forward. They just ran into a tough team. I still think they might split with the Lions. But yeah, man, I mean, shout out to Detroit. They're the best team in football right now. I don't care what anyone says about KC. They're the best team in football.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Lions are the best in football as well. Jordan Love did not look healthy this game as well.
He hasn't looked healthy in a while.
No, he. I really was wondering if they should have just granted the score. Like, let's say they score a touchdown, they right back in the game, you know.
Yeah.
But still, I just didn't think he looked the healthiest, and they kind of rode Josh Jacobs for the first drive or two, and then after that, I don't know if it's his health or something, but they were not at all feeding that man. Like I really thought that first drive they just went down the field like completely, and they scored a field goal first. And it's like, all right, shit, like we might be able to feed Josh Jacobs and kind of go like that. And after that, it got to the point where they weren't even giving him the ball. But yeah, and also all I know is Amon-Ra might be the most hated person in Green Bay right now. That man was doing some stuff. He was on his helmet for the celebration. He was doing the Lambeau leap. It's like, bro, like he might actually.
Then he wore the shirt for Green Bay.
Yeah. It's like you might be the most hated man in Green Bay right now, and it might not even be close. And I love it. I love when players play that villain role going like that was a big thing with Steelers Ravens is like we did not like each other. Like right now it's all right, it's whatever. But like Big Ben and James Harrison and Troy Polamalu and Ryan Clark and all them boys, we did not fuck with Ray Lewis and Everett and any of them. And it's like I like seeing that competitiveness, that almost villain like going back and forth.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I love it. But
yeah. Going on to the next one, Rams travel to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Seahawks drop to 4-5. Rams go to 4-4. Rams beat them 26-20. My main takeaways in this one, we gotta have a conversation about Geno Smith. I mean, Geno is playing very questionable. That's all I'm gonna leave it at that. I mean, it's like he has the glimpses where he's so tough, and then it's like, Geno, what are you doing, bro? Like 3 interceptions, 21 for 34, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. And their line is terrible. Seattle's offensive line is it's one of the worst in the NFL, to be quite honest. Jackson Smith-Njigba had his breakout game, 7 catches, $180, 2 touchdowns. But going on to the Rams side of things real quick, and I'll let Ryan go. Stafford, bro. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, Cooper Kupp had him, but Demarcus Robinson, that catch, that was filthy. Don't ever compare Tariq Woolen to Pat ever again, Seahawks fans. Don't ever do that. But bro, Demarcus Robinson, I mean, bro, you can't lie about that catch, bro. That catch was insane. But Puka did get kicked out this game. I want to bring it up too. But like the one-handed, it was just nasty. Like, he just literally just extended the arm, brought it in like it was nothing. Ball game. Like Seattle was sick. But go ahead, man.
Yeah, especially it being in Seattle, like that had to make it
Yeah.
a billion times worse. Two takeaways. I mean, I know I was just talking about DJ Moore. It'd be nice to see that man DK over in the Berg. I can't lie, it'd be nice, but
Nah,
whatever.
he
It's
said that
not
he
gonna
like
happen.
altitude.
Hmm.
He said that he likes he likes altitude. He might go on ahead, go over there to the Mile High.
Nah. He ain't trying to play with his son. But yeah. Anyway, man,
Crazy work.
man, I was trying to say a couple weeks ago about the Rams. I could really see them going on a run, and it's like I don't know with Puka and Cup coming back. Really, all they needed was one of the two of them. You know, like with the in the Vikings game, like it was primarily Puka. Like Cup definitely had an impact in the game. I think he had a touchdown in that game as well. But it's like Puka got kicked out, and it was still they still won. You know, I really think this
Demarcus
team.
Robinson stepped up.
Mm-hmm.
He be wide receiver one in Denver right now, but that's a different. That's another conversation.
And that Rams defense, like some of the rookies are looking nice too. You know, um, yeah. Shout out to the Rams. I really do think that they could mess around and somehow at least be in the hunt for a playoff spot. I'm not saying they might make the 7th seed because I know the NFC is a little more competitive this year, but dude, they're a good football team and they're well coached as well. So I like
Yeah,
it.
Sean McVay, man. What we said, if they got Stafford, Cooper Cup, and Puka Nacua, they have a chance to win any single. They with Matthew Stafford, Cooper Cup, Puka Nacua, Sean McVay at the helm, they can beat any team in the league. Any team in the league. They can put up as many points as they want to. The defense is scrappy enough. Shout out to Jared Verse and those guys, the rookie. I mean, they can beat almost any team. But yeah, going on to the next one. Um Ryan.
You bringing the belt out?
So you said last episode we're gonna start giving out belt to ass. Oh, it's the first episode of the segment. You know, we're gonna start giving teams the belt to ass. What is it called, Ryan? The belt to ass award.
Uh huh.
No, it's the belt to ass team of the week. Um, gotta give it first team up. Gotta give it to my Denver Broncos. Belt to ass team of the week. Got our ass whooped. 41-10 on my birthday. Ravens go to 6-3. Broncos go to 5-4. Now, me and Ryan both talked about how we didn't think it was gonna be this type of game. Um, I'll start with the Broncos side of things. Vance completely went away with a different game plan, didn't blitz, and Lamar picked us apart in the pocket. Shout out to the Ravens. Derrick Henry had a really solid day. Lamar, perfect, 16 for 19, 280, 3 tubs. Zay Flowers had a day, but we were running zone. Don't understand that. Don't understand not blitzing, but I want to give a huge shout out to my quarterback in Bo Nix. I just want to give a huge shout out to him. I mean, he may be in the worst position a rookie quarterback. I ain't gonna say the worst because the team overall is not bad. Good offensive line, good defense. But from a playmaker standpoint, Lil Jordan Humphrey dropping the ball on the first drive of the game that led to an interception. Javonte Williams not extending on a fourth down where we're putting ourselves in position. I mean, Bo missed some throws. But Ryan, this wide receiver unit, it's downright putrid. Like, I almost want to cry talking about this wide receiver unit and how bad it is. I mean, bro, this is like, I don't know what game is this where Bo Nix is damn near leading, if not leading the team in rushing, but second with 36 yards. Javonte was our leading rusher with 42 yards. I mean, our wide receiver unit is so bad. We drew up a play for Cortland Sutton one-on-one on the outside in the end zone. He couldn't come up with it. Sean Payton says, fuck it. We're going to call the same play for Bo Nix. Bo Nix catches a touchdown. He mosses the Ravens starting safety. Gets a touchdown. I have none. I'm at a loss of words with this receiver unit. Like, I don't give a damn about Cortland Sutton having another 100-yard game. He's playing the Ravens, bro. They're one of the worst pass defenses in the league. And I mean, I don't know what else to say about this team. This team is we're still a good team. I still think we can find a way to make the playoffs. And by the way, yeah, and just I think we can still make the playoffs. But just this receiver unit, we got to talk about it, like how bad this is for rookie quarterback. But just to end things off on the Ravens thing side, and I'll let Ryan go. Lamar Jackson's the favorite for MVP. Derrick Henry is probably second or third in line for MVP. Those two dudes are playing. Lamar's playing out of his fucking mind, man. Out of his mind. But go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, I remember somebody texting somebody talking about, man, enjoy your little birthday at halftime. And you were like, nah, there's still a lot of ball left to play. I mean, yeah, it was ugly, man. It was an ugly game for the Broncos. It was nice to see you guys' wide receiver one go up there and catch that ball. What was his name? Bo Nix, I think. Something like that. Wide receiver one. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think Lamar is 100% the MVP. He might win it like unanimously. I think Derrick Henry. I know they were talking about Harbaugh. Harbaugh was talking about at the beginning of the season about how he wasn't gonna be like they weren't gonna feed him like that. I mean, 23 carries, 106 yards, and 2 touchdowns. It's like this is what you brought him in here for. And I got a question about them too at the end of the podcast for one of my questions. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, dude, it's insane. Like we play him in 2 weeks, and in Pittsburgh, I got no idea how the hell we gonna even remotely come close to beating them, bro. Like I was kind of expecting a little bit of something from what we both agree is the best defense in football, and it's like, dude, they completely.
Well, we went away with what worked, and that's what kind of shocked me a little bit. We definitely missed PJ Locke, our starting safety. Definitely missed him because Devon Key was terrible, but like he gave up that touchdown at the end of the half to Zay Flowers. But we blitz more than anybody, and we blitz like I think only 30% of our plays or less than 30%, something like that. Didn't really run a lot of man coverage, which I thought was shocking. But Vance definitely tried. He tried, man. But this team is just special. But I got to get your thoughts on our receivers before we can move on, man.
I mean, I thought Bo Nix played solid. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not really paying attention too much to Broncos receivers. If I'm keeping it 100.
You want to know why you're not?
I mean, I did see my man Cortland Sutton had himself a little 122 yards. Granted, probably in garbage
why
time.
You don't pay attention to them? Because they're terrible. It's nothing to see, bro. I'm so disappointed.
Do you want to know what's crazy?
What?
How Cortland Sutton had more passing touchdowns than Bo?
All right, relax.
Am I wrong?
Who caught the touchdown?
Am I wrong though?
Okay, fine. Well, you want to say
but also
that,
you could say the same thing. How did Bo have more receiving touchdowns? Yeah, you got me on that one. That's funny. But
we got the Chiefs next. I think that can go either way. That's just me though. We're gonna get into that later, probably around next episode when we do our predictions. But I think that can go either way, divisional game. But after that, I like our schedule: Falcons, Raiders, Browns, Colts. I like those games. So I think the Broncos can still win around 9 to 10 games. Find themselves probably get a wild card spot.
I saw people praising you on Twitter for them finally coming to your take of how bad LoJordan Humphreys is. And again, I'm not really paying attention to him too much. I can't lie. I'm not paying attention to Broncos receivers like that. Once this game got to halftime, and again, I'm near Baltimore and DC, so all I get is Ravens games for that 1:00 game. I turned it off. I just started watching Red Zone.
It's funny because everybody kind of got on me a little bit saying I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. And then after the second play of the game, everyone's like, okay, I get what you're saying, bro. Yeah, 84 should not be in the league, man. And the fact that he's wearing Shannon Sharp's number just pisses me off each and every time. But yeah, man, let's go on to the next one. Colts and the Vikings. This one was very interesting. This is Joe Flacco's. I ain't gonna say it's his first start since getting news he was gonna be the starter and everything like that. Went against a very tough Vikings team. Vikings win this game 21-13, go to 6-2. Colts dropped to 4-5. Flacco did not play great in this game, but I think a lot of that went into just the Vikings are they're still a really good team. Darnold went 28 for 34, 290, 3 touchdowns, had the two really bad interceptions. Really bad. I thought Aaron Jones had a pretty solid game as well. Justin Jefferson had a really good game. He was the reason why they won this game. Shout out to Jettas. But yeah, the Colts just didn't play well. This is probably their worst offensive game of the year. But did you see Shane Steichen say that they're going with Flacco for the rest of the season?
Yeah, basically like a don't ask me, like don't keep asking me week by week. Like he's our quarterback, basically.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I agree with that moving forward, but I mean, they played a really good Minnesota team, and the thing about it, they just couldn't run the ball. They couldn't really get too much. Flacco was under pressure pretty much the whole game. But shout out to the Vikings, man. They handle business prime time, even though Darnold was terrible. But
Yeah, I thought this game was very interesting. It was I was trying to pay attention to it, but it got to a point where
it was bad football, bro.
yeah. Especially that first half, it was disgusting. But you know, Jettis coming in like he always does. I saw a stat, and I was doing a little bit of research on it. Jettis has more receiving yards alone, just him, than the Patriots. All the Patriots like wide receiving core does.
I'm
Patriots
pretty
wide
sure the Broncos are.
shit probably. It's the Patriots with Douglas Booty, Polk, Bourne, Osborne, and Thornton. They all together got 761 yards, and Jettis just by himself got 783. Granted, it's a bad Patriots team, you know, with a rookie quarterback. It's like I'm not really expecting any receiver to kind of go off on that team. It's just it's in my opinion crazy. Anytime a receiver has more receiving yards than a whole team's receiving room does. But yeah, I mean, Hawkinson came back. You could tell he was still a little bit banged up. Like that knee wasn't 100% still. I mean, again, it's his first game back, so like I get it. Like I'm not beating him up for nothing. Yeah, it eventually got to the point where it was just bad football, especially in that first half. Yeah, that's really all I got from it. One second, and when on that fumble return for the Colts in the second quarter, man, they slammed that man Sam Darnold to the ground, like almost some WWE type shit. Like they picked him up and yeet to the ground. I was like, damn, like that's it. Like, that was crazy. But
Yeah.
after that, the in the second half, that Vikings offense kind of got going and turned on a little bit.
Yeah, going on to the game today. Really good Monday night football game. Buccaneers travel to KC to take on the Chiefs. Chiefs win this game 30-24. They stay undefeated. Buccaneers fall to 4-5. I have about 3 takeaways I want to get into from this game. Baker Mayfield is a legit franchise quarterback. Legit. I mean, he did this dude. I gotta give him his props. 23 for 31, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bro, throwing the ball to Cade Otton, Sterling Shepard, and Trey Palmer against the Chiefs, and you go to OT. I mean, Baker's been playing really well to me this season. He's had a few moments where I think, the picks were bad, but I mean, other than that, like, I think he's a legit franchise guy. I think he's found a home here in Tampa. I feel like he's their guy. I don't know if they can win a Super Bowl with him, but I think they can definitely win some playoff games with him. I think the Buccaneers will be fine with Baker for a little bit. The Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes got injured, still went 34 for 44, 291, 3 touchdowns. I think they said on third down, bro, he was like, didn't he like finish with, he finished like 11 for 12 on third down,
Yeah, they scored all
200
their
yards with
touchdowns
3
on third down.
touchdowns
Yeah,
on third down. Shout out to Kareem Hunt getting the bulk of all the carries, like 30, he had 27 carries, a buck 06 and a touchdown. D-Hop had his breakout game. Caught 8 of his 9 targets, 86 yards, 2 tubs. And Kelsey had, 16 targets, 14 catches, and 100 yards. Shout out to Kelsey. The defense, I thought, could have played a bit better. But, I mean, hey, man, they got the win. They're 8-0. Shout out to the Chiefs. And, I mean, look, they're people talking about they're going to go 17-0. They're not going 17-0. I doubt. I mean, it's hard to go 17-0. I don't think people realize how hard it is. You're talking about them beating the Broncos, the Bills. They'll beat the Panthers and the Raiders. The Chargers is going to be a tough one. They'll beat the Browns, Texans, Steelers, and Broncos. That's a hard schedule, man. It's not as easy as people think. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I thought this game was kind of concerning a little bit for the Chiefs. It kind of really exposed them, like especially in that like that fourth quarter type thing. Like once they got to that point, like they didn't score a single point in the third quarter, the fourth quarter, and then obviously overtime is when they really turned it on. But man, Titans messed up giving D-Hop for basically nothing to the Chiefs. People were calling that man washed, and he wasn't going to be as good as he once was, and he doesn't have to be as good as he once was. But if he can put up this every game, he was damn good today.
I will say, candid, he was going up against like a rookie corner getting his first start or something like that, or second year corner getting his first start. But I mean, I will say he's not the player he once was. He's not washed though. I never thought the man was washed. But I mean, he can give them something. I don't know if he'll give them this every game, but he can definitely give them something like, which I think will be really good for them, for sure.
I really think that we're gonna look back at this when playoffs hit and look at this as a complete heist. Like it's like that experience from D-Hop, you weren't gonna get from anybody else.
Yeah.
Like any actual receiver that
I don't
has
know
got
what
trade.
teams-
Maybe Devontae, but they won't get no Devontae. You know,
Yeah,
it's
I agree.
yeah, it's like especially with they were talking about on the broadcast today that Hollywood Brown probably comes back as well at the beginning of the playoffs.
He's come back for the playoffs.
Yeah. Pacheco should be back. I think they were saying at the end of the month or the beginning of the next month.
And then you look up, he's got weapons.
Yeah, dude, it's
between Worthy, Hollywood, D-Hop, Kelsey.
Mm-hmm. They were talking about the Chiefs getting Lattimore too.
Yeah,
I don't know how that's gonna happen, but they were talking about it today on the broadcast, and it is crazy to think about. Like, man, the Chiefs legit might three-peat this motherfucker for real.
No, they might. I think the Lions will beat them in the bowl though. I don't know. That's just me, but yeah. Before we end it off, Ryan said he got some questions, so go ahead, man.
All right. This one, I obviously give you a little bit of time to think about. This is really only one I got. What's the last free agency signing / like trade that you can really think of that has like impacted a team and like the dominance of that team, like Lamar and Derrick Henry? It's like that duo is so dominant, especially like obviously we are halfway through the season, so like it could get to the playoffs and they shit the bed, you know. But I just can't see it. Like they are so dominant that it's like we talking about who's gonna win MVP and Offensive Player of the Year, and it's not even like a race if we being honest. Like Lamar is MVP and Derrick Henry's gonna win. Bless you. And Derrick Henry's gonna win Offensive Player of the Year. It's like it's not even close, you know. The only other player I thought of, the other duo I should say, because that's really more what I was getting at. Is like
I swear, if you say the duo, I'm thinking of.
I mean, I was thinking Brady and Moss for real. That trade. But
I'll say, like impact wise on what it did to a team.
Yeah, and obviously we only halfway through the season, so like if the Ravens go to win the Super Bowl, it's obviously
you could say a lot. I would say Diggs when he got traded to Buffalo. He had a really good impact. Wasn't an MVP impact, but he had a really big impact. You could say I was just thinking of one and I completely forgot it. I completely forgot it. What was it?
There's one I thought you were immediately gonna say when I was talking about signings. Not really so much trades, but like this one's a signing. I thought you were for sure gonna say Peyton. Peyton signing with the Broncos.
Oh, I mean, but yeah. But the Broncos before the season before we got Peyton, we made it to the divisional round or the AFC Championship with Tebow. Beat y'all boys. Never forget that.
Nah. You guys made it to the second round. I think you guys lost to
Second round,
the
second round.
Patriots, right?
Yeah. I mean, ooh, maybe Tyreek to the Dolphins elevated
But
them a little
but
bit.
what impact has he made?
Yeah.
Granted,
I mean, he
again, we
had an
are 9
MVP
weeks
type
in.
impact though. He damn near won MVP.
Yeah, but how many? Like again, I guess this is a bad question to ask now. We halfway through the season with no like resume at the end, but
Yeah.
like,
Okay. Like okay, if we say just strictly signing, okay, I'll go with signing. Oh, Brady Tampa.
yeah, it's true. Brady, Tampa, Peyton,
Brady,
Broncos.
yeah, Peyton Denver, yeah, because Peyton, yeah, I Brady Tampa. But I mean, this is crazy because if Baltimore does win the Super Bowl, like, I mean, how do you just can't stop it, bro? Like, it's nothing really you can do.
Especially, man, it's about to get cold as shit in Baltimore. It's about to get cold everywhere they play. Let me look at the Ravens schedule. They gotta play in Baltimore. It's again whatever in Pittsburgh. LA is cool, whatever, and then in Baltimore, New York, Baltimore, Houston, Baltimore. It's like they gotta play. Trust me, it gets cold in Maryland during the winter. You know, like no one's trying to tackle Derrick Henry when it's gonna be freezing cold outside.
Yeah,
And especially when it gets to the playoffs, and it's like the Chiefs Ravens game. It's like if they have Derrick Henry, they're winning the game for sure. You know, I don't know, dude. It's
yeah.
just the impact that he's had on this offense so far, and like what he also opens up for Lamar in this offense. It's like Lamar, in my opinion, and I'm sure I might be speaking for you as well. Like Lamar every season has been getting better and better and better, and this is just another piece for him of like I really don't think we've seen the true like peak of Lamar yet. Personally, like I think he's damn close,
Nah, I mean, I feel like
dude.
this year is his
I
peak, bro.
Man, and they were saying the same thing last year.
I mean, but you think he get better than what he's doing right now?
Yeah, I really do. I really think he has that potential. I'm not saying best in the league, but it's like, dude, like,
I mean, bro, Lamar right now,
yeah, yeah. Right now,
like,
he's definitely the best.
I mean, I'm saying like the numbers: 20 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, like first in QBR. I think he's first in quarterback. I mean, he's had like, bro, it's nuts, man. I don't know, man.
Dude, I really think he's got
I mean,
that.
because 27 is around the time when guys hit their peak.
Hmm.
I don't know, but
I don't know, man. I really think he's got another gear to him where it's like he can get even better like next year, especially if they got Derrick Henry and just add a couple more weapons. Like, man, it's not even like he really throwing to anybody either. You know, Zay Flowers he's a good receiver. Mark
oh yeah,
Andrews
no,
is
trust,
solid,
I know.
but it's like, man, like you've been saying this whole time, if they can get him at like a legit number one,
I don't think
it's like,
Deontay is gonna be what people are thinking he's gonna be.
yeah, I think he'll be solid for him, but
Yeah.
he's not going to be this breakout number one receiver that, you know, in my opinion, you've gotten traded from two teams in the last year. It's like you don't see teams trading CeeDee Lamb or Justin Jefferson or, you know, anybody like that. It's like if he was a legit number one guy, Carolina would not have let him go, and Pittsburgh would have not let him go. But dude, I don't know. I really think Lamar's got
Facts.
that extra, that other gear to him. I think he's damn good now, and I think he's damn close to his peak.
Mm.
But I really do think he's got that extra level to him where he's just gonna take off,
Okay.
dude. I really do, and it sucks
Yeah.
because I'm obviously a Steelers fan and I hate the Ravens, but I really do.
I want you to give me your top 5 players in the MVP race.
I mean, of like who I think is gonna win it. Is that what we're talking about, or who I think should
No,
be
just
in it?
like
Because
no,
I
like
don't
just
think
like
Derrick Henry's winning it at all. He's not close to
no,
winning
no,
it.
no, 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 no. I'm just saying, give me your like your top 5 MVP candidates right now in order.
Okay. Lamar 1, Josh Allen 2. Um,
Start from five. Start from five.
Start from five. See, I'm gonna leave somebody off. That's the thing. Honorable mention to Jalen Hurts. I'm gonna go Derrick Henry 5. I'm gonna go Jaden Daniels 4.
Mm.
Goff 3. Allen 2. Lamar 1.
5, I'm gonna put Saquon. 4, give me Burrow. 3, give me Derrick Henry. 2, Josh Allen. 1, Lamar. Forgot about Burrow. Completely forgot about Joe.
Yeah, I was thinking him, but like his team production ain't there yet. They 4-4, and it's like,
Yeah.
we know MVP. Like, no 7 seed is winning an MVP. You know.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he's got 20-4 right now. If he goes the
Mhm.
rest of the season on like 40 and if he goes 40-8 on the season, it's gonna be and they're a wild card team, it's gonna be hard. But it's just
They're
MVP
not
though,
gonna
you
give
know.
it to him. They're not gonna give it to when you know when the last time I don't know either, but when the last time somebody that hasn't been like on like a dominant team like Lamar last
Running
year,
back,
he,
Adrian Peterson.
true, but that was just because he was just balling the fuck out, and he almost broke the record, right?
Hmm. But yeah,
Yeah, dude, I don't know.
yeah,
I gotta give Jalen Hurts the shout out because I was just talking about it earlier.
yeah, nah. He's playing out of his mind. I was
Hmm.
gonna put Bo Nix in there, but I felt like that was gonna get like,
Yeah, I was thinking about putting TJ Watt in there for real, but
yeah,
he the
but
best
okay,
defensive player right now. I mean, shit, we could probably in the next episode talk about who our midseason awards are.
hmm yeah, nah, that's a good one. Yeah, nah, we'll definitely do that. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. Make sure to leave a like, comment, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for all the support that we've been getting. Make sure to check out our pages too, JMX Sports and Ryan Sports 9 on all platforms. But that's gonna do it for this episode. Until the next one, peace out.